We banned content with harmful stereotypes about Jews, such as the claim that Jews run the world or other major institutions. We updated our policies to recognize that the term Zionist can be used as a proxy for Jews and Israelis. We banned content claiming Zionists run the world or control the media, and we do not allow for dehumanizing comparisons of Zionists.
That's Jordana Cutler. She's the director of public policy for Israel and the Jewish diaspora at Meta. And you just watched her say outright what kind of speech she's trying to crack down on, and more in a moment. But Cenk, what are your 2 cents here?
She literally said, we ban anyone saying that we control the media. She's a former Israeli government official. And so that's how we're not controlling the media, by banning everyone who opposes Israel. That was hilarious. So there's more of that. She keeps saying it over and over again. So you gotta watch this and we'll talk about it.
So that video is several months old, but it's been making the rounds recently on X, and that's because of what's happening to the media landscape at large. This year alone, David Ellison has taken control of Paramount, which owns CBS News. Barry Weiss now leads CBS News. Larry Ellison's company is poised to become involved with TikTok, and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu admitted on tape that he's attempting to control both TikTok and X. So this is a lot of pro-Israel, pro-IDF sentiment at a time where there should be important, fair discourse on this war and steps toward peace. Now let's get back to Cutler. In her speech to the Jewish News Syndicate, Cutler made an interesting admission. Let's watch.
We still do not allow Hamas-produced propaganda, even if the intent is to condemn. Given the difficulty to distinguish how this content is being shared, we do not want to provide a terrorist organization to promote its goals with such content.
Now, you probably won't be surprised to hear that there was no mention of censoring Israeli government-sponsored propaganda in her speech. And in fact, Cutler previously worked for the Israeli government. She served as an advisor to Netanyahu, a campaign advisor for the Likud party, and the chief of staff for the Israeli embassy in DC. Cutler's not shy about her ties to the Israeli government either. In 2017, Cutler told the Israeli business outlet that Facebook works very closely with the cyber departments of the Ministry of Justice and the police, and with other elements in the army and Shin Bet, Israel's domestic intelligence agency, on matters of content removal. In a 2020 interview with the Jerusalem Post, she explained, "My job is to represent Facebook to Israel and represent Israel to Facebook." Now, Cenk, there's a lot more, but we're pressed for time. What do you make of this?
Yeah, so I talked to the Turkish censor at Facebook, and he told me that if you say anything anti-Turkish, they ban. Oh, I'm hearing, no, there is no Turkish censor at Facebook. Then I talked to the censor for Brazil. Oh no, there is no censor for Brazil. The only censor that exists is the Israeli censor, but don't say it, don't say it. In another part of the speech, she explained that her job is, here, let me get it, make sure that I got it right here. Her role was to make sure that the voices of Israelis are heard in the policy-making process at Meta. So the Israeli voices must be heard. The forces that are voices against Zionist Israel, not Jews, we're not talking about Jews, we're talking about Israel. Zionism is about Israel. It's Israeli nationalism, right? They are banned. Those voices are totally banned. You are not allowed to criticize Israel, but Israeli propaganda is actively promoted at Meta, which owns Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, etc. They're just saying it. They're saying it out loud and on camera. It's amazing. She seems like a smart person that she didn't realize as she wrote the speech. It's a confession. You're saying now, we have banned, in our complete control of Meta, we have banned anyone who dares to challenge our control of Meta by saying things like we control Meta. Bro, you just said it. So wait, is she anti-Semitic? Has she banned herself? Because she just told us she controls Meta on behalf of Israel. This is absurd, man. Totally absurd. No, I'm saying it. She can ban me all she likes, okay? Won't be the first time. Yeah. No, Israel has censors inside Meta and now inside TikTok, and they are working on behalf of Israel, not on behalf of America. There is no other countries that get censors like this, And there's no one, does Meta have an American representative going, okay, we're looking out for the interests of America? No, they only have a representative for Israel. And don't tell me this isn't absurd. Don't tell me this isn't control of our media by Israeli forces. It obviously is. She just told you. Jordan, I got to get your thoughts on it. Am I missing anything? This sounds like the most brazen control over our media by a foreign government that I have ever seen.
It is absurd, and in practice, what it looks like, we saw, especially in the early stages of this war, people who were showing the horrors of what the IDF was doing in Gaza, their accounts were being deleted. They were being suspended. Their content was being taken down. And while she doesn't have jurisdiction to delete or censor posts herself, she could flag, and she was flagging these accounts. And there were many prominent accounts that tried to just show what was happening, and their accounts were deleted. The Intercept did a great story on this last year, Sam Biddle, on her and what her position is and what she has done there. I would encourage people to go read it to learn more.
Yeah, so she said in that speech, as you saw in the first clip, we're banning anyone that says we're running major institutions like Meta, and that's why I'm here giving you this speech on behalf of Meta that I'm running now as their censor. Okay, apparently she's an anti-Semite and she should be banned herself from Facebook. And they're gonna start banning Jewish people from Facebook who are opposed to the genocide because the Jews hate themselves. This isn't about Jewish people. That's the excuse the Israelis are using to control our entire government and most of our media. Yes, Larry Ellison vows to serve Israel. He gave charitable donations to the IDF. He's the largest donor to that criminal terrorist organization. But now if you say that on TikTok, you're banned. On Facebook, banned. But no, Israeli radicals don't control any of the media. Yeah, guess who's telling you that? The same media companies run by Israeli radicals. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.